Hey, Handyman Dan here with You Can Build This in the mountains again for another awesome adventure. We have a special treat. I'm bringing along 4 of my kids, and my oldest sister is awesome enough to join us on this trip. Follow along as we go for 3 days, building a super shelter, cooking over a fire, fishing, and of course sledding. When we left our car, it was 30 degrees before we got to our spot where we wanted to park. We were out of service for about half an hour. This is also quite the elevation change. We are at 7,500 feet. We'll see how it goes this trip.
Daddy,
What?
does that mean we're gonna go?
Nope.
What's crazy is the amount of snow that's still falling, even though we are so late in the season, being in April.
My sister's trail name is Tough Love. This is her first time winter survival camping. She has summited Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa. How do you think this is gonna go down?
We're either gonna love each other more or we're gonna hate each other, and we'll never do this again.
Oh, this will be the first of many.
Except all of our adventures have ended in disaster so far.
I'm gonna get something.
No, we're not.
It'll be good, it'll be good.
A little apprehensive. It'll be great.
We'll just take it 1 hour at a time. This trip we've got 3 of my boys and my daughter. This is gonna be my 3rd son's first time winter camping. I was a little hesitant to bring 4 kids, but my sister graciously accepted our invitation to come out. That gave me a little bit more courage to deal with 4 kids since she's here helping out. What do you think, bro? Is your brother pulling you? He's so nice. We're trying to find a camping site, and we really want to go across the river, but we're just trying to find a spot that is not super wide to get all my kids across. It's going to be a little challenging. It really is gorgeous up here though. There are no people except for a few snowmobilers that we saw in the parking lot. Some parts are about a foot deep. Oh gosh. Just sunk. Some of us are heavier than others. Time to put on the snowshoes. What do you think?
This is great.
An hour in?
Yep, loving it.
Glad you came?
Totally. This is awesome.
Might be a little bit of sarcasm in that comment.
Nope, not at all.
Whoa, nice job.
Help me, brother, help me. First time wearing snowshoes.
Is this your first time?
Yeah.
First timer.
First timer.
And I thought I was Myrtle the turtle. Lean forward.
I'm top heavy.
There is so much snow right now. This is awesome.
Can I just cross the lake now?
It is absolutely dumping snow on us. All right, guys, we found a spot. What do you think of the snowshoes?
Love them.
We put our gear down so we could go scout some spots. Gonna make it. Gonna make it. How you doing so far? It is snowing on us, so we covered all of our stuff up with the tarp, trying to dig out a spot for our fire and our shelter. My daughter was getting a little too cold on her feetsies.
Way more than that, Dad.
Way more?
I don't think this is gonna work.
It'll work.
And how do you know, Madame?
But they're full foot warmers, and they're supposed to stick to your socks. You could have the warmest feet in town. How deep is that?
2 feet.
2 feet deep?
3.5.
Trying out my new Silky Boy saw. Get some of this thicker lumber. I totally ate it trying to get away from it. Fell in the snow. This Silky Bigboy is awesome. That was deep. Come on. Okay. We were gonna make a super shelter like we did in one of our other videos, but when we got up here and my son started digging a fire pit, he found out that the snow was like 3.5 feet deep. So he came up with the idea to do a igloo super shelter. So that's what we got to do today. I was so impressed that my son came up with that idea. And now we're a little bit more protected from the elements. It's really crazy digging in the snow because the top foot or so is awesome powder. Then you get to this icy layer that's like 3 or 4 inches thick, and you get another kind of slush layer That's about 2 feet tall. So it makes it pretty weird to cut through all this. Got some big logs on the side drying out.
Ciao.
You guys getting warm?
Look what I did to my orange. I'm making it an orange popsicle.
It's 5:30 p.m. We got our shelter dug out. Now we've got to get some trees to put across the sides, and then we're gonna do our dome super shelter. It consists of getting some nimble trees, putting them across into like an arch shape. You just kind of make a bunch of ribs, cover that up with an emergency blanket to reflect the heat down, and then you do a second layer like a bed sheet or a parachute, and you cover that up with a tarp. We've got a couple hours, use as much daylight as possible. It snowed probably 1/4 of an inch on us while we were trying to get our shelter dug out. Now it's just a peaceful flurry everywhere. I think I just found like the best fishing spot for tomorrow. I am so pumped. Right here where the river comes down, creates a little swirling jetty right here. We got some nice supple trees that we're using to make the dome of our shelter here. They grow in bushels, I guess you could call it. They're all about finger thick. We put 2 runner logs on the sides. We're doing a jam knot around nimble sticks against here. Once we get a few of these, we're gonna start to intertwine these together to make our dome shape. And then we're gonna put the mylar on top of that. We've never made a shelter this big. Our challenge now is we're trying to make a shelter that can sleep 4 kids and 2 adults, so 6 people all together. We've got our dome shape in here, so now we can cover it up. We made sure to make it slope downward a little bit. Now we just need to run some pieces this way. We went under, over, under, over. So then we reversed it. So we went over, under, over.
I really wish this was Minecraft. This would be so much easier. Do we have enough plastic and bed sheet for this?
Plastic, yes. All right, we got the first layer in the mylar blanket. So we had to use 2 of them in here, 2 emergency tents. Starting to look like a spaceship. Try to like lift it up like a bed sheet. Now we're just sealing off the edges with some extra snow that we have. We're keeping the back somewhat open so that we can have some fresh air. Go down the stairs. Oh. Worst stairs ever. There we go. That's more like it.
You just don't know how to walk.
Now we're gonna set up camp.
I don't have a sleeping bag.
7:45 right now. We just finished the shelter and getting all of our stuff comfy and cozy in our fort. Logs here drying out, getting all the snow melted off of them. So we can use them this evening and tomorrow. Check out how gorgeous that is. I think it's gonna be a very cozy night, even though it's supposed to be really cold. Now it's time to cook some grub. I totally botched these little pizzas. I had way too many coals underneath them. We're gonna do some steamed broccoli. We have some ham cooking. It's not quite a gourmet meal. We got ham and steamed broccoli. We just ran out of daylight tonight, so we're just gonna make it work with a quick and easy meal. Top off the evening, we've got some orange tea. Oh, that's so good and warm. I didn't have a ton of time to cut a bunch of big, thick logs. I did fell a tree, so I'm gonna go cut a couple chunks out of that for tonight. It's 9:30. All my kids are in the sleeping bags, just getting ready to go to bed. Can't wait to lay down. It's been a long day. I'm glad it's not snowing on us anymore though. Oh yeah, that's a beauty. That should do. We've got this awesome 10-inch diameter log. This should keep us warm for a long time. And then we've got 2 others right here next to it. Here's our shelter. It is 10:45 and it is 24 degrees outside. Inside the shelter, 56 degrees. Pretty awesome difference between the outside and inside. I am pooped. My kids and my sister are all mostly asleep and I'm heading to bed. It's about 8:20 in the morning. I don't know what temperature it is. We slept pretty good last night. I only had to start the fire 3 times. I still need to get better at figuring out the wood situation. The bigger logs would burn, but they'd only burn when they had smaller logs next to them. So I need to figure that part out. The bad part is we didn't have enough plastic for the door to go all the way down. So at one point we had a little bit of smoke in here. We just stuck a boot right there and that let in some fresh air. Overall,
Yes, it is your boot. Sorry.
Why did you have to use my boot?
Because it was the closest thing.
Seriously?
We might try to pull the front of the plastic down more, and then we'll use a tarp that I have to put over the back today. Overall, super happy with my sleeping bag again. I just loved how I could like nestle into it. The other nice thing about our shelter is that the Mylar blankets and the king size blankets that we have, they don't cover everything. So it kind of makes like some skylights. It's like pretty bright in here. I kind of like that. Overall though, we weren't too scrunched. We sized our shelter more appropriately than last time. So that's good. Time to get some coals made. We're gonna make some breakfast hash. What you doing in there?
I'm changing. Pants are bothering me.
The other super nice thing about this type of shelter, you have plenty of storage space to hang stuff up. Got gloves, socks galore hanging up there. And my sister brought her little lantern. So that made it super nice. Nice job. My boot shoelaces froze. We really need to fix this door situation though. With the wind blowing over top of us, the fire would kind of circle like this. We had some smoke go underneath the door until I put some bags in front of it. I was super impressed with how this shelter turned out, and it's a beautiful morning. Cooking breakfast.
We should bring apples next time.
My filter isn't working very well. I'm just gonna take my pot to the river and get some water so we can boil it and make some hot chocolate. All of my kids are really cold. There's ice in the river water. Sliced potatoes, bacon, sausage. Then we're gonna add a few eggs to each one and then put it on some charcoals. We're doing 2 of them because I didn't have big enough tinfoil. Eggs are a little bit frozen. Yep, dump it in. Good.
Leave your house, please.
Good job.
Can you figure it out?
We have 2 frying pans. Our little fire spot is pretty good, but we're a little crowded with 6 people. We're gonna try and take away some of the snow right here so we have a little bit more room to sit around the fire. The snow that's closest to the fire makes these wicked crystals. Why does it do that?
Could we say their trail names?
Sure.
Okay. I like this seat.
Here's our breakfast hash.
Like an hour later? Use like a knife to cut it. Take a whiff, Dad.
Oh yeah. That's ready.
Bacon's cooked crazy.
That is amazing.
And then we're squishy. Yeah, that's how eggs are supposed
How's it taste?
to be. Good.
Is that good bacon? Hey, share some for the rest of us, bro.
No.
Oh yeah, how's it taste?
Good.
Good bacon. Sweet Cheeks, how's it taste?
I need a knife and
Use
a
your fingers.
No.
Why?
Fine.
Just like French fries. Just bite it.
Fine. Dad, the potatoes are good. Well, kind of good. They taste like French fries, but I don't like them.
Just stab it. Give no mercy.
This is my favorite campfire breakfast.
Yeah, who's the shovel back now, huh?
I like my plate clean.
We're gonna try out these hydration packs in our water. Mango.
One champagne.
Now close the lid, shake it up.
Ooh, shake it, shake it, shake it. It's yellow space. Mmm. That's the best thing ever I taste. 7.
My son, since yesterday, really wanted to chop down his own tree with a hatchet. We're gonna do that today. He is gonna tackle this beast. He already started chopping yesterday. Can I show you something? Instead of cutting straight, hit at this angle, chop, 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 and then chop this way. And make a wedge, like a beaver does. There you go, Paul Bunyan. Keep going.
I'm too tired.
Yeah, take a break, it's okay. Mommy's gonna be so impressed when you chop this tree down.
I want to do it by myself.
There you go, nice job. First tree. Are you warm now?
Not really.
Here, scoot back towards me. Yeah, there you go. I asked him if he wanted me to help him carry it, and he said no. He wanted to carry it all by himself. I'm gonna try to split it on this crack right here. Sweet cheeks, this is gonna be a bench.
But yeah, it's perfect.
What do you think about the campsite so far? You happy you came?
Yeah.
What do you like better? Tough Love's chair or Stumpy? Second stool. Our shelter is really doing well. Our fire's dried up the ground a ton. It is really coming down. Starting to collect some snow on top of our shelter. What about you, Mr. Steamy Pants? Your jacket is literally steaming. This is crazy snow. All right, Tough Love. What's the consensus on my sleeping bag?
It's pretty comfy and it's nice and warm. I don't get as hot as you. What is it rated to?
10.
Maybe I'll steal it.
It's been 15 minutes and you can see how much more snow is on top of our shelter. This also used to not be covered up. Here's our thermometer. Looks about 28 degrees. It is snowing so much right now. How do you think the trip's going?
It's been going good besides the stinking snow. It's been snowing for like the past hour and everything's wet. But otherwise, it's been amazing.
Everybody was kind of wet and cold, so we told them to go snuggle up in their sleeping bags, and now they're all taking a nap. I'm gonna grill up some ham and hot dogs for lunch. You sure you don't want barbecue sauce?
No barbecue sauce.
We got some partially thawed Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on the brats. These are brats infused with cheddar.
And hot dogs.
I didn't know how much we were gonna use, so I just got a big roast, and it's been awesome. Now we've got some slabs of ham cooking.
Thank you, pig.
This is amazing. It is a hot ham sandwich. You are steaming more than our broccoli steamer last night. You too. My son found a worm. What does the thermometer say?
35. Nice and balmy and warm.
Check out our shelter. Woodchuck, what's been your favorite meal?
The ham.
We've got close to an inch of snow on our shelter and it's still holding strong. The snow is falling on top of the ice on this river. How pretty is that? It is almost a blizzard. I'm still so shocked about how much snow we're getting. I mean, I know that we are very high in altitude. With how late it is in the season, this is just crazy. We've been trying to process some firewood to get them dried out by the fire so that when we come back for dinner, we'll be able to get some coals pretty quick. Right now, we're gonna head out and go do some sledding. I mean, we can't pass up this blizzard to go sledding. It's gonna be awesome. Hiking around these rivers is so crazy. You don't realize you're walking on 3 feet of snow until you see a portion of the river that's here. The snow didn't stick to it. I have to walk around in snowshoes. None of my kids need to. I'm just too heavy. And I fall through the snow all the time without snowshoes. And it's like up to my waist.
I'm going to be safe. Early bird is coming soon. Sweet coming out.
Oh, that was a rock on my butt.
The big blue guy, boo boo boo. On and Cupid and
Well, we tried to make sledding work. Not gonna work today. On the hillside, there's like 8 to 10 inches of snow, and there are 10 to 12 inch rocks. So as soon as we depress the snow, sometimes we hit on those rocks. I think I'm gonna have a bruise on my butt. We're still going in this blizzard. We haven't seen any signs of wildlife. No deer, moose, bear, or anything. Woodchuck got a bunch of branches for us while we were sledding. He's so tough. Look at him carrying all those. My sister really wasn't feeling good. She was having some gut issues, so we let her stay in camp, try to sleep it off while we went sledding. Hopefully she feels better. If not, we're gonna have to make our trip 1 day short and head home early, but that's okay. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. If it doesn't, we still had an amazing time. I'm still so super impressed with our shelter. We needed just a few more feet of plastic in the front. If we would have had that, it would have been perfect. We focused on getting our fire going first so we could get warm and just have that going, and then we focused on our shelter shelter. Even if you don't finish your shelter all the way, you can still survive the night and be able to stay another day if you have enough firewood. When you don't, and you don't have a shelter, that's when you get into trouble. We found that out the hard way, but we've learned our lesson. I've been very impressed with my son. He has done phenomenal. He's been so tough out here. It looks like somebody camped pretty close to us. That's our campsite. Based on the amount of new snowfall there is, looks like they were here at least a few weeks ago. Only 20 feet away or so. Big lug there, and they've got char marks. You can see where they dug out the snow so they could put their shelter right here. They also had their fire right here. We've pulled out so many minimally burned logs right here. The snow is coming down like crazy right now, so I'm just trying to grab as many branches as I can to put close to our campfire. Found another log. The log that I was cutting has about an inch of snow already on top of it. Our firewall just caught fire! Mayday, mayday! Our fire is doing its job wonderfully. This side of the log is dry, whereas this side has snow, so we just have to rotate it.
Also, if you look at that log, it's steaming like crazy.
It's dry on that side.
And it's still snowing. What a wonderful sight.
Using stumps as seats is amazing, except the only bad part is when it's snowing like this, the wood soaks up all the water and your butt gets wet. It's better than trying to sit on the ground, so I'll take it. With all the snow that's falling, we're a little concerned about having enough firewood tonight because we don't know if it's going to keep snowing or not. We're going to process as much as we can of this tree. He's using the Baco Laplander blade, and I'm using the Silky Bigboy. How do you like yours?
It's really sharp, so it cuts really fast.
Now that's what I call a stumpy.
Whee!
Oh man.
Nope, that's too hard.
It is 4:30 p.m. It has literally not stopped snowing. We wanted to show you this awesome view. Yeah. You used to be able to see the mountain back there, but you can't anymore. 360-degree views. This couldn't be more pretty. What do you think about this, man?
Look good. I think we should go fishing here.
I think so too.
Why don't you go grab the fishing rod?
It's 6 o'clock in the evening, and we're gonna try our luck at some fishing. I haven't fished this river this far up before, and I don't have a fly rod. We're gonna try it out, see if we can catch some brook trout or maybe some cutthroat. Gonna hold it with your finger. Nope. Yeah. Nice cast, girl. Nice. Dang, Sweet Cheeks, how'd you get it that far? It's snowing on us. Sweet Cheeks, have you ever fished in a snowstorm? Snowstorm / sunset?
I'm mostly only done it in a spring.
The sun is setting and it is snowing like crazy right now. This is wild. I am so happy to report that my sister is feeling better. Luckily, she had some pain medication, and after some prayers, she's feeling back to her normal self. I made a huge goof on this trip with our shelter. We bought plastic that was 4 mil thickness. So I wanted the thicker plastic for more durability. With us having 6 people in our shelter, it needed to be a lot longer plastic than what I had used in the past. We cut it so that it was 20 feet wide and 16 feet long. When we put the plastic up, we oriented it the wrong way. And my son today, as we were going on a little walk, he was like, hey, Dad, we should rotate the plastic a little bit so we didn't have so much overage on the sides. I was like, wait a second, you're right. We did orient it the wrong way. That's why our door didn't go all the way down to the ground. We just got done orienting it the other way, and the door goes all the way down. So it's gonna be much warmer today and much less smoke. Because we turned it 90 degrees, now our door goes all the way across. We can put the wood along the bottom to keep it shut, and then we can still have our fire right here, right next to it, to get the heat into our shelter. Now for the back though, we were probably 2 feet short, but that's all right because I have an extra tarp. It's actually a ground mat for another tent. So we strung it across the back. We left an opening on the bottom to get some fresh air, and then we staked it into the ground here, and then we rolled it up with a stick across the top, and then I did a stake and a stake with taut line hitch on on both sides, so that will keep it from falling down. 1, 2, and above it.
I'm gonna snowboard down.
And sinks that down. Taut line hitch. Now our shelter is fully covered. I'm really excited to see how it performs tonight because my sister was concerned that it was not as warm as I had been toting it up to be. It was still warm.
It was not warm.
It was still comfortable. Maybe if she had a better sleeping bag, it'd be different. It wasn't as warm as our last shelter, but tonight should be much, much warmer. How does it feel now?
It feels better.
Just getting some branches.
And have some room for the fire. Bring some mystery.
Yep. Well, my kids and my sister, they're all getting warm by the fire and cooking dinner. So I'm gonna use this last little bit of twilight to filter some water for all of us. Then we can warm up the water so we can have warm Nalgene bottles for when we sleep in our sleeping bags tonight. We got 4 water bottles full. That was a lot of work. And my right hand is so cold right now. The super nice thing about this shelter area, this is like the perfect countertop for our cooking. What are we having for dinner?
You're having a chicken and sweet potato hash and some cauliflower.
Don't forget the Chips Ahoy.
How's the hash looking? Really good. What do you think?
Good.
What do you think, man?
Good.
How's it taste? Good. How's the dishes situation?
Good. It's all done.
Thank you for doing that.
It's not perfect, but you can clean it later.
We're getting ready for bed. Just trying to warm up. Last of the water for the Nalgene bottles. Trying to rotate some logs. I need to change this one because this is dry, but that is still moist. Those 2 logs are pretty dry. My log wall is pretty dry. It is 10:30 at night and it is 14 degrees outside. Let's go see how it is inside. It is 56 degrees inside compared to 14 degrees outside. Got the fire going. Put 3 logs on it tonight. We'll see how long it lasts. It is 11 o'clock. Most of my kids are asleep. My Nalgene bottle is blistering hot. Almost too hot to put in my sleeping bag. We'll see if it gets into the single digits. All right, good night. We'll see you in the morning. How's it going?
You are definitely awake.
It is 8:20 in the morning, day 3. Kind of cold in the shelter right now, but it was decent all night long. Last night was good. I only had to wake up twice to stoke the fire, so that was an improvement. Having the door go all the way down to the floor made a huge difference. Our shelter was warmer and there was no smoke from the fire in the shelter. I think everybody slept better the second night versus the first night. I also think it got colder last night.
Didn't get hidden by bears.
You can see there's frost on all of the plastic.
Woodchuck and early bird got the fire going. What about you, Tough Love? Any comments?
You should have stoked the fire a 3rd time. Yes, it was definitely better.
The other thing that we tried this time that we've never done before was putting boiled water into our Nalgene bottles. It kept the water warm till like 5 a.m. It was like 6.5 hours of warm water in here. And then I just put it under my jacket and it did amazing. It's 8:45 and it is 12 degrees outside. Try again. There you go. Careful, it's really slippery. My daughter said she was going to become a pro fisherwoman. She was begging me all morning to go fishing. She's having so much fun fishing right now. It's cracking with my weight on it.
Hey, get on a rock. Why do you want it to crack?
Seeing how strong it is. No luck fishing this morning, but everybody else is back at the fire getting the coals ready for breakfast. So we're gonna go get some grub. Morning of day 3, how is it?
Good.
You had pulled pork this whole time?
Yeah, we're in the Rockies.
We're gonna try a different way of cooking the orange rolls today. Instead of with oil, I have a steamer. So I'm just putting 4 of them in here. I've already got the water in there boiling. We're just gonna steam these orange rolls. Every time I put these clippers down, they freeze.
Dad, they are cinnamon rolls. Orange rolls are orange, cinnamon rolls are cinnamon rolls.
In about a few minutes, we'll check this and we'll see how they're doing. But
Give me more.
these will probably take about 20 minutes to cook. It's been a few minutes. Let's see how these look. Oh yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
Look at the meat. Look at little babies. Little babies.
How's it taste?
Good. Is it doughy?
It's a little moist because we steamed them, but it's just moist. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, that's so good. got the first and the last in a row.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You can't get the last one.
So good.
I got the kids fed. Now it's my turn. Got some croissants that I'm gonna use for biscuits and gravy. Using that same steamer. Let those cook for about 20. I already have the sausage ready, and then I'll cook the gravy next. See how the croissants look. Oh,
I like them big. I like them chunky.
now I've got my favorite Pioneer Country gravy. Got some cold water in here.
Whip it good.
Do 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 do. Campfire biscuits and gravy with sausage. Look at how amazing that looks.
So hard to grab. It's so messy.
It ain't biscuits and gravy if it ain't messy. This is one of my favorite breakfasts from growing up. Oh my gosh. This took a while to make, but this is my favorite camp breakfast. Well, shoot, the one yesterday was really good though too. Cooking these croissants in the steamer was super easy.
You need to know when you got a tongue for cleaning.
I had no problem finishing off that meal. I'm good for a couple hours. That was
How'd you
amazing.
eat that so fast?
It was so good. Nice job. There's our shelter afterwards. All right, early bird, what was your favorite part?
Food. All of the food was amazing.
Sweet cheeks, what was your favorite part?
The food and fishing.
Woodchuck,
Starting the fire and the food.
what was your favorite part?
Everything.
Everything? You did really good. For your first winter camp out, what was your favorite part?
Snowshoeing for the first time.
That was your favorite part?
And not being sick.
And not being sick, yeah.
That was also my
You
favorite
got to
part.
bete all?
I got better.
Bye, gorgeous area. Till next time. We're following what we think are some rabbit tracks. They're in pairs of 2 here. Gonna make it? Gonna make it? Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Except for the walking part.
Yeah.
Sure is pretty out here. Clear skies. My favorite part of the whole trip was just experiencing a bunch of new things. It was so fun to go fishing with my daughter and my other son. And it was so fun to spend an extra day out here. The first day is always so stressful, trying to build your shelter really quick, get campfires built, and then you pack up the next day. You're all sweaty? Unzip your jacket. It was just so fun to have an extra day to just lounge around. And if we would have left early to go back home the second day, then we wouldn't have got to go fishing. We wouldn't have got to play in that snowstorm. And it's been a long time since my older kids have taken naps. So that was pretty cool. It's just pretty chill. No agenda, no schedule. Just have fun in the mountains. And it gave us an excuse to make a lot more yummy food to eat. The only tough thing about a longer trip is obviously you have to bring more food. So that made the sled a little bit more heavy. But this is a lot of my kids' first time doing a 3-day trip. It is a lot of work though. I swear I was cutting down trees every day for firewood. If you're on the fence about doing a trip like this, I would highly, highly recommend it. Yes, it was so cold. Yes, it was hard. But in every other aspect with my kids and my sister, it was just so fun. There were always new little problems to solve. I mean, this trip did not go without a hitch. Of course, there was some fighting between my kids, but not nearly as much as there usually is. It was very cool to see them struggle, be bored, but then find something to do. Instead of saying they were bored this morning when we were cooking breakfast, they just went sledding. It was cool to see my younger kids, just how resilient they are. I took my kids sledding for 2 reasons. 1, so that my kids could have some fun sledding. 2, so that my sister could get some rest, hopefully sleep off her stomach pain that she was having. And when we got back, she said that she was feeling all better. That was a little miracle we experienced. Really grateful for prayers being answered and that she was feeling better so we could stay out here another night. I think she also felt good that she could have a good day out here and not be in so much stomach pain. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. You got this.